Hello everyone. Yeah, welcome to this week's market breakdown. So on my watch list, I have GBPJPY, CHFJPY, gold, oil, EURCHF, GBPCHF, and BTCUSD on my watch list. So without wasting much time, let's get straight into the charts and do analysis. So I'll delete everything and start afresh. So I'll start my analysis with GBPJPY. So on GBPJPY, we'll start analysis from the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we can connect our trend lines on the lows. So we have the first touch, the second touch, third touch, fourth touch. So we have multiple touches on this trend line. So let's focus on current market structure. So looking at GBPJPY from the daily time frame, you can see GBPJPY is respecting this level of resistance over here. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame to see the better structure of the market. So as you can see on the 4-hour time frame, you can see the bearish momentum coming to the downside. And also there is a breakout of this short pattern over here. So there's a rising wedge. And rising wedge are usually reversal patterns. So on GBPJPY, you can see the market respecting this level of resistance and also a breakout of this short pattern. So what are we anticipating on GBPJPY? We just wait for the market to pull back to this level of resistance and continue with the sell move down to this trend line. So GBPJPY is a straightforward analysis. All we have to do is to wait for the market to pull back to this level of resistance and take sells to the downside. Like I said, trading is 90% waiting. So all we have to do is just wait patiently for the market to come to us. So there's no need forcing trade. So this is my analysis on GBPJPY. Next on my list is CHFJPY. So there's a trade we caught last week that was sent to the free Telegram channel. And it's matched our TV. So let me delete everything and start the analysis afresh. So on CHFJPY, let's see if we can connect our trend lines on the lows. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we have the first touch here, second touch, third touch, and the fourth touch of this daily trend line. But currently, you can see that CHFJPY is showing some bearish momentum to the downside. So let's see what's happening. Okay, there's some sort of resistance over here. Yeah. So a quick one, guys. For those that knows about currency correlation, if you can actually get the direction of all JPY pairs by analyzing just one JPY pair because they all move together. So if GBP JPY is selling, that means the rest JPY pairs you should be looking for sales for on those pairs. Sorry, on those pairs. So on CHF JPY, you can see CHF JPY is actually respecting this resistance level over here, and it's actually similar to the analysis we did on GBP JPY. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, you can also see a breakout of the chart pattern over here. So it's just a similar analysis. So they move together. So if you can analyze one properly, that means you can trade the rest of them. 'Cause all JPY pairs move together. All right, so it's just same thing as the GBPJPY, but this one is either we get the retest of this trend line and take the move to the downside, or the market retraces back to this level of resistance to continue with the sell move to the downside. So this is my analysis on CHFJPY. So we're waiting patiently to see what the market gives us at this point. So all we have to do is just to sit back, monitor our charts, and see how the market plays out. So this is my analysis on CHFJPY. So next on my list is Euro CHF. So I'll delete everything and start the analysis afresh. So on CHFJPY, sorry, on Euro CHF, um, we can, let's see what we can do here. All right, so on CHFJPY, let's mark out this low. There's a low here. And we can also connect our trend lines. All right, so I think the chart is clearer now. So currently, Euro CHF is pushing to the downside. Let's see what's happening on the H4. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can see Euro CHF has broken out of this. Yeah. Yeah, Euro CHF has broken out of this chart pattern on the 4-hour time frame. So this is a bearish flag pattern. USHF have broken out of this flag pattern. So all we have to do is to wait for the market to pull back to this level. Sorry, let me delete this thing. So you just have to wait for the market to pull back to this level and get a retest of this short pattern to continue with the sell move to the downside. So it's either we'll get a retest of this trend line or we'll get a retest of this trend line. So all we have to do is to sit back and watch what the market gives to us. Like I said, we trade what to see, not what to think. So if the market comes here and retests this short pattern over here, and we get to a candlestick pattern, we take sales to the downside. But if it comes back to this trend line and gives us a candlestick pattern, we take sales to this support level over here. So next on my list is GBPCHF. So let me delete everything on GBPCHF. So on GBPCHF, we can mark out this low and also this high. So what can we see on GBPCHF? Let's connect our trend lines on those low. First touch, second touch, and we're waiting for the third touch of this trend line. And we can also draw this level of support. Yeah, you can see support, it broke became resistance, resistance. Now price has broken it, and what are we waiting for? We're waiting for a possible reversal at this point, but can't take our decisions on the daily time frame. So we have to go down to the 4 hour time frame to see what's happening there. So on the 4 hour time frame, you can see market is actually pushing back to this trend line. So let's adjust our trend line. You can cut through the wick of a candle, but not the body of the candle. So this is our first touch, second touch, and this week is the third touch of this trend line. That's why you see the market push to the upside massively. So what are we anticipating on GBPCHF? We're just waiting for the market to come back to our trend line. And if the market respects this our trend line and also this level of support over here, we'll take buys to the upside. And our target will be this level, this high over here. So it's a very straightforward analysis with confluence. When a trend line and support or resistance meet at a point, there is a lot of confluence in the market. Like I said, we don't take our entry based on support and resistance, but we use them as confluence in our trading. So this is my analysis on GBPCHF. All we have to do is just to wait for the market to come back to this trend line, see what happens on this trend line. Like I said, no touch of trend line, no entry. So let's see how the market behaves at the trend line. So next on my list is gold. So I will delete everything and start the analysis afresh. So this gold on the daily time frame. So let's connect our trend line on the lows. So we can mark here the first touch, second touch, third touch of this trend line. So let's go down to the 4 hour time frame to see what we have there. So on the 4 hour time frame, you can see there's a low here, there's a low here, there's a low here. So let's see if we can connect these lows on the 4 hour time frame. So we have the first touch, second, third. So we have multiple touches on this trend line. So to keep our charts clean, let's delete this trend line and focus on current market structure. So this is what gold is currently doing right now. So we are waiting for the market to come back to this trend line and continue with the bullish move to the upside. But current market price is actually far from this place. But let's see how we can capitalize on the current market structure. So let's go down to the 1 hour time frame and see what's happening there. So on the 1 hour time frame, okay. All right. So on the 1 hour time frame, we can also connect these lows. There's a low, first touch, second touch, and we are waiting for the third touch of this trend line. And we can also mark out this because there's some kind of chart pattern that's forming here. So we can mark out this chart pattern, a bullish flag pattern. All right, I think it's better now. So this is what gold is doing right now. So it's either we get the touch of this trend line to take the move to the upside, or we get the break and retest of this chart pattern to continue with the move to the upside. So this is my analysis on gold. Is either we get the break and retest of this chart pattern, or we get a touch of this trend line to continue with the buys to the upside. So next on my list is BTCUSD. So I'll delete everything and start afresh. So on BTCUSD, from the daily time frame, you can see BTCUSD has been trending to the upside. So let's connect our trend line on the lows. First touch, second touch, third touch, and we're waiting for the fourth touch of this trend line. And as you can see, there's some kind of chart pattern. There's a trend line on GBPUSD here. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. I believe it will be clearer there. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can see the overall move of BTCUSD is bullish, but on the 4-hour time frame, you can see GBPUSD is actually respecting this 4-hour downtrend. So for us to trade, what to see, not what to think, is just to focus on what BTCUSD is doing currently, and what BTCUSD is doing currently is actually bearish on the 4-hour time frame. So all we have to do is to wait for BTCUSD to get to this trend line, and if we get our candlestick pattern on this trend line, we'll take sales back to this bullish trend line to continue with the overall move to the upside. But for this, I will have to wait for a very strong confirmation on BTCUSD before executing any trade, because the overall move of the market is bullish. So what we're trying to do is a kind of a trading counter trend. And when trading counter trend, you have to get a lot of confirmation before executing a trade. So on BTCUSD, we just have to wait for the market to respect this trend line and continue with the sell move down to this trend line. So I'll put the short position here and keep eyes on BTCUSD. So the last pair on my list is US oil. So US oil has been trending to the downside. I actually marked out this trade last week, but we missed this entry at this point. But currently the market is pulling back to give a second entry. So I will delete everything and start the analysis afresh. So this is US oil on the daily time frame. So what can we see on US oil? We can see series of highs and lows on US oil. So let's connect the highs on US oil. You can see the first touch, second, third, and fourth touch of this trend line. So let's go down to the 4-hour time. Okay, and also this resistance is being respected over here. So as you can see, just from the daily time frame, we've marked out all we're looking for in the market. So looking from the daily time frame, you can see the market is actually respecting this level of resistance over here, and it's pulling back to this trend line to continue with the move to the downside. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, I believe everything is clearer on the 4-hour time frame now. So all we have to do is for the market. So let's adjust our trend line. Like I said, you can cut through the wick, but not the body of a candle. So all we have to do is just to wait patiently for US oil to retrace back to this level of resistance and also the touch of our trend line to continue with the sell move to the downside. And this will be a swing trade if we catch the move at this point. So this is my analysis on US oil, and these are the pairs I'll be looking at for the week. So when the market opens, the watch list will be updated. So I'll take a snapshot of all the pairs and send them to the group as our watch list. So I wish you all a successful trading week and a profitable week ahead.